So today we're going to be looking at taking the drawing that we have mapped out and adding the details. One thing you need to do before you add any details is double check all your measurements. So when I'm talking about that is you're going to look at your distance between your brows. Is that right? Your distance between the edge of your face. I can tell you already that some of my proportions are incorrect. I can see it immediately in the nose. My nose should be from there to there on the face, the middle of my nails. And you can see already automatically that I'm off. My nose is too big. So I'm going to spend a few minutes fixing my nose. But that's one thing that you need to do is figure out your proportions in all of these different ways, like measure everything. Since we're drawing it to scale, it makes it much easier. I can see here my distance is, I'm measuring this correctly, but I can tell you right off that my distance from here to this line that I've created is, I'm way too low. So my mouth needs to be arching up to about there. About there. So I have some major changes to make on my mouth, and then the same problem I'm having here. So even though this is correct, the whole slope of my mouth is incorrect. I'm not giving it this more smile-ish effect. I'm going way too flat. So I have some things that I need to fix, so I'll be working on that, and then I'll come back and we'll go over the next steps. Okay, so now that I've gotten my proportions more accurate, I've double checked my different areas from my eyes, the length of my nose, the spacing between each area. So now I have an idea that my features are in the correct place. Now I need to start bringing them to life. So I'm going to do this one step at a time, and I'm going to do it lightly. You can, at this point, if you want to, start bringing in a blending stump if you want to. This is a time that you start to lift these lines, these directional lines. Okay, we don't want those in there anymore. So we're gonna take our time to get rid of these, and then you're gonna take your time and start going through. I'm gonna start with a blending stump. I'm using a 4B pencil, so it's gonna give me a decent amount of blending. And I'm going to go through and start to map out my value areas. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. This is just to give me a rough idea. By putting our value areas in, it starts to allow the face to start to demonstrate the three-dimensionality of the face more, and then we can build on the details as we go from there. So now I'm gonna show you as I start to do the three-dimensionality, the value adding. once you've gotten everything mapped out value-wise, you started popping out all of the value features. This is just like layer 1. And all of these values, remember on our value scale with our ice cream project that we did, these values might be in the right frame and the right place. I probably should lighten this up a little bit right here. But if you remember on our ice cream, when we do a value scale, we do 1 to 5 or 7 or wherever. We have a range. These are our darkest values. Our eyes are obviously the darkest. And I've already pushed the eyes pretty dark, although they still need a little bit of work. But like the whole side of the face, you can see here, obviously needs to go significantly darker. This value and this value, although they're the same here, they are not the same here at all. So there's still a lot of value play that needs to happen at this point. But right now I've gotten a good layer down. I've gotten good placement. It always looks funny to me, and it never looks like the person until it's done to me. So if it doesn't look like right now, this does not even remotely look like George Clooney to me. But if it doesn't look like the person, it's all those other elements of the ears and the hair and the neck and all of that, that all plays with visually how we expect this person to look. So it can be hard, it can be tricky on the eyes. So don't get discouraged if it doesn't look like it yet. If I look at the eye, I see that overall the eye is a fairly accurate representation. It's probably not perfect, but that's okay. I don't need it to be perfect. I just need it to be a fairly accurate representation. So I think that for now I've gotten a good enough layer down, and then I'm going to now start building. My next step will be to start building on the hair, the neck, the collar, the ears, and then continuing to push these values darker. So I'm going to continue to work on that over the next couple of days in different videos, and you will also be working on it in class. But I want you to, this is where we go. We go to this kind of a level of bringing out the value, and then we push it further. But we never start anything before we've gotten the placement accurate. So I hope that helps you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing your artwork. I will post, I'll do another video with the finishing of this as I finish it.